Hi everyone, it's Athena and welcome back. It is the 20th of January 2021. Okay, so yesterday's powerful, insane, actually that's a better adjective that one of my viewers said, insane winds of change, right? So it makes sense. The winds of change, the power has changed, right? In the United States, the hands of power have changed. So that is part of the insane wind changing. Also, and more importantly, is how we talk about empowering our lives, right? And how do we do that? We sometimes use these words to describe what it is that we're working on, right? But does one really understand the actual action that needs to take place, right? So as examples of power, when knowing that Mother Earth has such powerful, the elements of the power that resides in Mother Earth is within us. Sorry. Knowing that that power is utilized to what extreme is my point, okay? So let me explain. We hold such great power within, and the powers of all the elements and the changes that happen within us, okay? Then on the other hand is the depletion sometimes of the power that we also must take in account. So, for example, when we're having a convo and it's getting heated up and you can feel the energy, the vibration of the energy of the room or whatever is shifting and someone's getting heated. Question, do you dumb down to adhere to someone else's viewpoint and or giving, literally when you retract your power and let them have their say, in essence what you're doing is you're giving your power away, and that is a depletion of your power. So it's not so much the fact that it is actually, I digress. It is the fact that you give your power to another to adhere or to avoid, in avoidance of getting in some kind of fight or disagreement or debate, right? So that in turn is another way that we use our power. And that is, in essence, a form of not being our authentic self. It's like molding ourselves, right? Being the chameleon to adhere to someone else or to avoid a debate or a fight or to fit in. Another way that we misuse our power, fitting in. When you know very well that there are circumstances that we just don't fit in. So think about it. And when you do, understand that give and take is essential of your power and who you allow in your world to take from you and who you don't. Do you know what I mean? Stand up for yourself, but do it in a fashion that is with great love and holds, and great love in holding your own authentic self and always remaining your authentic self in times of, you know, where others may not understand how, to some, my point is, to some people, they're, you know, energy vampires. That's what the Seven of Swords showed up as. You know what I mean? That's giving away your power to another. It's intellectual property. It's other things of that nature. So think of where in your life you've given, is my point, you've given your power to others. And then not only assess it, become aware of it so that you can not dumb yourself down for someone else, not be who you are not authentically meant to be. And those are things we don't even sometimes think about. It's just happening. But now that you are aware of it, you can, you know, you can handle it accordingly so that you don't have people taking from you. So now we are leaving behind. The old is gone, right? The old life is gone. A new life is upon us all. We're all looking out here together. And we have the wand, right? We have the ability to act according to our authentic self. So let's make sure that we do. The full moon depicts the old life is gone. Any type of, you know, the hands of power have changed, right? As in the United States, officially, we have now seen we are now receiving a new president of the United States. Thereby, the change of hands have taken place. I don't go into politics or religion, but let's just talk about the actual fact that now we are all standing here, whether you're not or not, you're in the United States, doesn't matter. There are and is a change of power, a change of hands. When an ending of any sort has taken place, that promotes us to look at life, right? Look at what is coming, you know, what's ahead of us. Let's not look behind us. Let's look at the present moment and let the future unravel on its own accord. That's what I meant. Right? Let's keep our heads down and focus on working on ourselves and what we need to do in order to balance our lives, right? There's 8 pentacles here. We're working hard on making and building a new future, a new self, creating, co-creating. That's where we're right now focused on. It's great. Look at this. I love it. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I don't feel that's just, it's not, I don't feel that's just for Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I feel this is a literal looking into the future by using the present moment to our advantage. Let it unravel accordingly, and just work on yourself. What you put time in, what you put effort in, how much, right? We want to balance. It's a beautiful number 8. So we are balancing our time, our emotions. Let's balance that out so that now we can come to terms with the fact that it is about balancing the masculine and the feminine. As you can see, we're working on ourselves. It's only one person, right? The masculine and feminine, and in the middle is doing the work on self, trying to give equal time to giving and receiving in one's life. Starting new, going back to school, doing online school, obviously. Some are literally like going back to school. You can see the peacock here, right? In both depictions of this card, these cards. This could be like, this could be like son and mother, a connection of together, doing something together, or it could just literally be, which I think and feel is I have attained what it was that I'm working on, self, and now I'm moving into a new journey of self-initiation, meaning now I've completed one part of my, let's say, life and the experiences that I've had. And now I am going back to the drawing board via education, knowledge, research, what have you, initiating myself once again onto a new, turning the page, right? So we're turning the page as the page has been turned in the United States also on the outside, the matrix, right? The change of hands. This is now focusing and honing in on your next chapter. So the page has turned now to start again. Some of us are not very clear yet as to what that looks like and where life is taking you, correct? But let go and let it just come to you, right? And in the middle, work on yourself. So any progress that you're making on your own self, working, utilizing your time accordingly, right, will show up, and you will literally not need to try to analyze it or think about it. It'll just come. Be it being, research, education, adding something new to your business, changing something, adding another feather to your cap, you know what I mean? But in terms of your journey, okay? And taking action accordingly with great passion. We've talked about this, and we will continue to do so, knowing that when you take action that comes from the heart, you will not need to try to assess it in your head. Your headspace doesn't tell your heart. I mean, for some, the head rules, right? But the true co-creation should literally be something very heartfelt from the heart, from the passion in your heart, and letting your mind take a rest so that you can move into the direction that Spirit wants you to, okay? As we talked about yesterday, Spirit knows best. Sometimes we question the things that come and go, and, we do, because we're human. We question why certain things come and go in life. But at the end of the day, we realize that those things were meant to be. And they gave us a clear vision then of why they've left our lives, and now we're turning the page. Wow. And that's what we're going to say. We're going to say, wow, to the new us, to taking back every ounce of the inner treasures that we hold within, utilizing each of these treasures within and without, right? Here's our heart. So in the heart of every individual, every person, every human being, here we have all of the necessary equipment within us, which is the power to take action and not need to always question why, but just to really focus and hone in on what it is we can achieve and attain. Some are, which I've been getting a lot of readings from people who are really looking at the qualities that they have within. They're on a spiritual journey. Many feel this way and others feel this way. Some feel left out and others feel very empowered. Some not empowered and some empowered. And what holds the power in the middle card is within. That's where the power truly resides, is within each person, each individual person, to go through and walk through your next, as we turn the page, right? We don't have to question it. There's no need to question it. Let it just come to you. Let your heart lead the way through the passion of love that will guide you. And this is all internal. Some don't see it like others do, right? It's all about perception. So how you deplete your energy and how you gain your energy is based upon what your belief systems are as you grew up. It all ties in to the equation of life. Some people grew up with the attitude of, you have to work your butt off to make this money. And other people said money comes, it's abundance. Mother Earth has abundance. So just keep going and doing what you do, and it'll just come. Those are two belief systems that totally change the dynamic of one's beliefs of how much they can give and how much they can receive, right? It's the giving and receiving by the values and morals and ethics that one grew up in. Some grew up in a family of lack. Some grew up with a silver spoon. Where do you categorize yourself in that way? And as you can see, the change of hands in the power, not only on the outside, but within. So as we now turn this page, let it be known that it's not something that requires so much in question and of knowing as so much allowing the power within you to guide you. Okay? Okay, I'm going to take one card I just heard. Let's take one beautiful card here from I haven't done that in a while. We can close it up with this beautiful Faded Oracle deck. just one card to wrap this. Oh, that could be the card, right? Ask your body. So what does that mean? Your body knows when you're depleting it, right? The depletion can be felt. Everything is felt. That's your navigation. That's your navigational system of our bodies. What can be felt? When we are, like we talked about in the beginning, when we're ready to feel that convo getting a little heated, do you pull back your energy? Because that's all you've known as a child, when there was a debate in the family or mom and dad debating, was it a pullback for you to kind of run and hide and not get involved? Or did you, interesting, there's a card here. It was hiding. Underneath this card, I just saw it. And it ties into the story perfectly. So the question is, did you become aggressive with your belief systems then, on the other hand? Were you that child? How did mom and dad show you love? A giving and taking of love? And was that threaded to the money or lack thereof in the family? Let your body lead the way, right? Because on the bottom, the surprise card for the day is no more conflict. No more internal conflict. When you can become aware, which I'm so grateful that it's reversed. When one can become aware of how we deplete our energy just to fit in from others, that would be the fight, right? That's the debates, that's the fights, that's the I'm going to get one up on you. Or is it the pulling back and adhering to, right? It's this dynamic right here. What do you do and where do you fall? Under what part of that do you fall into? Do you avoid conflict at all costs because you grew up in a family that was always in conflict, be it money and or who had the power, right? So that's an important message of the change of hands, which is not ironically very obvious, a 5. So that's where we are changing now to realize, changing the, let's just use our power according to our situation, but never lose your authentic self. Have a great day.